Well, for the first time in 6 years, Ohio's Rail Development Commission has voted to approve a plan that lays out what the state's future could look like on the tracks.
News 5's Caitlin Hutton has more on what this all means and what still needs to happen. Good morning, Caitlin.
Hey, good morning, Mike and Tiffany. Yes, so this new rail plan could really change the future of rail right here in the state. And the Rail Commission just voted to move Ohio's draft rail plan forward, and they sent that over to the Federal Railroad Administration for review. Now, this new plan places a heavy emphasis on freight over passengers. It lists more than 100 freight-related projects with an estimated price tag of $1.6 billion. And supporters say freight rail helps Ohio businesses move goods while keeping trucks and the wear and tear that they cause off state highways.
So a third of the import-export commodities are moved by rail, and there's a huge share of traffic that's just going through the state that would be on trucks. If you equated every rail car is roughly 3 to 4 trucks. So you can imagine what that would do to I-90 or I-80 going across the northern corridor. So there's that important role. So rail is serving those industries.
But passenger rail isn't entirely off the table. 4 routes are under consideration in Ohio, including 2 being overseen by the State Rail Commission. One would connect Cleveland to Columbus, Dayton, and Cincinnati, and then another line would run from Cleveland to Toledo to Detroit. And right now, neither of those 2 proposed routes have a rail stop in the Akron-Canton region. And U.S. Representative Emilia Sykes sent a letter to Ohio Governor Mike DeWine expressing concern that Akron and Canton is not included, saying this route leaves behind a significant population that could benefit from the inclusion of a passenger rail. Now, both of those routes are still in the very early stages of a federal study, but if the Federal Railroad Administration signs off, the next step would be a service development plan that lays out the station locations, the cost, and how passenger trains might be able to run alongside those freight trains as well.
Yeah,
Tiffany?
I know we've been talking about passenger rail for quite some time, so we know what a huge difference that can make in our region if it did happen.
Could be a game changer. Caitlin, thanks.